Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Coast Guard rescue swimmer saves 165 people from Camp Mystic. I was just doing my job. Written by Julie Provost, read by Julie Provost. Petty Officer Scott Ruskan, 26, a young Coast Guard rescue swimmer, is a hero after saving 165 people at Camp Mystic during the devastating floods in early July 2025. It was his first official mission. He had enlisted in the Coast Guard in 2021, and before he was stationed in Corpus Christi, he went to Aviation Survival Technical School in California. At 7 a.m. on the 4th of July, he was at the U.S. Coast Guard's Air Station Corpus Christi when a call came in for his team to respond to the flooding in Central Texas. I just happened to be on the duty crew, he shared on Good Morning America. A flight that usually takes an hour took between 7 and 8 hours due to the bad weather. They landed at Camp Mystic in Kern County, Texas. The camp is a Christian summer camp for girls aged 7 through 17. Established in 1926, the camp is in the hill country of west central Texas on the banks of the Guadalupe River. The camp has 3 terms each summer and was about a week into its second term when the horrendous flooding occurred. They decided to leave Scott at Camp Mystic. It would be their main triage site for the campers. I kind of discovered I was the only person there as far as first responders go, so I had about 200 kids mostly, all scared, terrified, cold, having probably the worst day of their life, and I just kind of needed to triage them, get them to a higher level of care, and get them off the flood zone, Scott shared. Scott worked alongside members of the National Guard to get people loaded and onto safety. They set up 2 loading zones and were able to land the rescue helicopters there. I was kind of the main guy as far as grabbing people, he said. The Coast Guardsman had just completed his rescue swimming training just 6 months before. I really just kind of relied on the training we got. Coast Guard rescue swimmers get some of the highest level training in the world. So really just kind of relied on that, just knowing that any of the rescue swimmers in the Coast Guard would have done the exact same thing, if not better than me, Scott shared. Although they did get the majority of people out of Camp Mystic, 27 campers and counselors lost their lives because of the flood, according to Camp Mystic's official statement. There's still a lot of people missing and unaccounted for, so the mission's not over yet. It's not over for us, Scott told the New York Post. Although Scott doesn't look at what he did as anything more than his job, we are thankful for him and people like him that work tirelessly to make sure that people can get to safety. We will pray for the whole Camp Mystic community and those affected by those floods. May God be with all of them. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. At 103, she's her bowling team's oldest and most cheerful player. Written by Michaela Gordoni, read by Julie Provost. Frances Wong is one of the most vibrant members of her San Gabriel Valley community. She's still bowling at 103 and is the oldest and most cheerful player by far. While other seniors may be nursing aching joints or spending their time in front of the TV, Frances's schedule is vastly different from others approaching her age. The joyful senior bowls with her team every Friday in Montebello, plays the ukulele on Saturdays, and golfs 18 holes every Tuesday. She also does aerobics and makes watercolor paintings. I'm busy every day. I try to get up every day and do something worthwhile, she says. I don't like to sit around. I like to keep moving. With her cheerful disposition and can-do attitude, Frances is an inspiration to everyone she meets. It's just wonderful that she's still out here, everyone says. I want to do that when I get to be her age, said Rick Mark, member of her bowling team who is 33 years her junior. Frances was born in downtown LA in 1922. She lived independently in Koreatown and drove herself around until she reached 100, when she moved in with her son, Harry Wong. Always on the go, she's just free. I think that's why she lives so long. Nothing bothers her, he said. She has several great-grandchildren, whom she keeps up with ease. I don't feel like I'm 103. I just got good health. I just keep on plugging along, Frances said. Frances admits her secret to a long life is no stress. She chooses to be happy and stay active every day. Wow, what an inspiration. At 103, Frances is happy, healthy, and thriving. Though she turned in her license a couple years ago and lives with her son, she is still fiercely independent and in control of her schedule. She'll spend the rest of her life doing worthwhile things if she has any say in it. She and her family are truly blessed.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
What do you do when the world around you is falling apart? It's amazing to me how many people are breathing air. They're going about their business and doing the things you're supposed to do. But if you really ask them, they know that on the inside, they are spiritually and emotionally and relationally dead. If we're not careful, all of us can experience that death. When what we need to do, even as the world around us is falling apart, we need to learn how to march when it would be easier to stay where we are and die. Join me each week on the March or Die Show as we discuss that and so much more.